It's a story of a man by the name called Mez McConnell. He's the founder and he's the pastor of a ministry called 20 Schemes. And 20 Schemes is a church planting ministry to the poorest and most difficult 20 neighbourhoods in all of Scotland. When Mez was 12 years old, he was convicted of assault in England. He got out from the detention centre when he was 13 and he saw a friend stabbed to death. He took his friend, got hold of him, tried to take him to hospital, but his friend died in a car on the way. And Mez writes this: when that happened, he asked himself this question: what's the point of life? Mez got involved in a fight and he stabbed a man. The man nearly died. Mez went to prison. He'd been in prison for a little while, and one day 2 Christians arrived at the prison to visit the inmates. He later found that they had travelled 500 kilometres from a local church to meet with anyone at the prison who would meet with them. Mez decided he would. They sat down and he records this: they treated me like a human, and that really changed me. That really impressed me. A few years later came time for parole, but he had nowhere to go, nowhere he could go. And the parole officer looked at him and said, listen, Mez, if you don't have an address to put down, we cannot release you. You'll have to stay in prison. So Mez called up one of these 2 men who had visited him a long time ago in prison, who had shared the gospel with him, and he rang one of them up and said to the man, can I put your address on my parole sheet? I won't come and stay with you. I'm not going to come and live with you, but I've got to put an address down to be able to get out. The man replied to him, listen, Mez, do better than that. Put my address down and then come and live with me. So Mez came. He lived with the man. And Mez states that as soon as he was there, I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. The Holy Spirit wouldn't let me sleep. In this house, I couldn't stop thinking about Jesus Christ. And one day he said, I woke up and I said, I'm going to serve the Lord for the rest of my life. And that's what Mez has been doing. God has used Mez to bring so many people in poverty-stricken neighbourhoods in Scotland to come to faith. You know why this has happened? Because one Christian man at some local church turned to his brother, one of the members of that congregation, and said, Hey, let me consider how I can stir you up to come with me to do a good work and express the love of Christ to people that are so vulnerable they don't know it.